Well. Y'all, we got a Blade delay. I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say it, but the inevitable happened. Marvel Studios has paused Blade, and they are looking for a new director. If you were here last time we were having a chat, and I told y'all the problems with having a Blade feature and waiting this long to have the director drop, not a good sign. I told y'all. Now, if a directors drop out all the time, it happens. Things happen, schedules change, whatever. Creative differences. But to have a director drop this close when production is supposed to start next month, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. But let's back up a little bit, because I've the more I look into this story and the more I think about it, the more frustrated I get. Because one thing that bothers me is I go back, and there's stuff here, and I'm going to acknowledge this. There are things here. Yes, I'm about to rant on Blade. There are things here that might be going on behind the scenes that I don't know. So I'm only going to comment on what I've seen, what's been reported, until otherwise. You show me some new news, I'll change my tune. Blade via Mahershala Ali was announced to us, what was it, Comic-Con or whatever, in 2019. That was pre-pandemic. Before we all got locked in the house, Blade was announced that he was going to be, Mahershala Ali was announced to be Blade. That means a contract was signed and that, a movie was happening, whatever, right? While this was announced in 2019, do you know what else got announced during that time? WandaVision, Loki, Shang-Chi, Eternals, all these other things have been announced. Keep in mind, this was in 2019. Black Widow, all of this was in 2019, got announced, and Blade. Out of all the things that have been announced in that time frame, it's been 3 years now, the only thing that has not moved forward is Blade. My question is why? What is going on that Blade couldn't move forward? Despite the fact that Mahershala Ali got announced in 2019, and again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of these dates. Mahershala got announced in 2019 pre-pandemic. That means you knew you had a lead actor for this franchise. A franchise, by the way, that saved Marvel Entertainment. It saved Marvel at all. There would be no Marvel Studios without Blade, proving that superhero movies can work. Let's keep that in mind. So there's some heritage in this property. There's some heritage. There's some legacy in this. Damn it, there needs to be reparations for this character. You owe Blade something. Marvel owes Blade a lot. Okay? Woo, hashtag reparations for Blade. Come through. Come on. Blade reparations. Let's put that out there later. You knew this character's significance. You announced this character in 2019. Everything else that was announced during that time has already been seen. It's already been produced. It's already gotten legs. It's done. All of those things have been done. You got a writer for Blade, I want to say November of 2021. That was about almost a year ago. It comes out later that the script for Blade was terrible. When did we figure this out? Because it was only recently, within like the last month or so, that it was reported. Again, I don't have the time frame, that they went and got another writer. They went and got the writer who's doing X-Men 97. They went and got that writer to come and do Blade and to fix it. No, I'm sorry, not fix it. Start from scratch. They're starting all over with Blade because the previous writer potentially just didn't have a good script. Now, let me give you a quick exclusive. Now, I have to be extremely careful with how and what I say with this, so please bear with me because I don't want to compromise any sources. I heard someone close to the situation. I heard, better yet, let me back that up. Y'all remember I reported that someone else reported that the Blade script was bad, right? I told y'all that if there's a way for me to confirm some of these things, I will do that, right? I went and confirmed that. And the confirmation that I got was the Blade script was like one of the worst things ever. That happens. Somebody writes something, somebody does something. Okay, it's not that great. I get it. That happens. My question is, where were the checks? Where were the balances? Where was the quality control? At what point did y'all realize this script was terrible, and why wasn't there an adjustment made? So we had to wait a whole year for you to figure out the script was bad? Wasn't nobody in there? So when they sit here and talk about that Kevin Feige is stretched too thin, not one person came in and was like, hey, let me see what you writing. Hold on. Are those two lackluster action scenes? Yeah, we can't do this. Please go home. Please start over. Like, nobody checked on this in the progress. Who was in charge of this? What was going on? How did this fall through the cracks? How did y'all get like damn near 5, 6, 7 different Disney Plus shows and movies out in that time frame, and there was not enough care put into Blade? Now, again, I could be wrong. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I'm just calling it as I see it. All I can see is that this was announced in 2019. It's been 3 years, and now we got to wait a whole nother year because they have to start over. They don't even have a director yet. We don't even know what's happening with this. Mahershala Ali ain't getting no younger. I'm sorry. 2-time Oscar award-winning Mahershala Ali is not getting any younger. So when I hear, at least in these reports, that he's frustrated, I believe it. I'd be frustrated too. Because who knows what projects maybe he would have to put to the side. Because sometimes Marvel's like, if you sign on with us, you can't do nothing else. Who knows, like if he's had to pass on other projects just for this, just to find out that after all this time, this don't work, and now y'all got to start all over again. You got to wait a whole nother year. Yikes. I already told y'all, put some respect on Blade. Put some respect on Blade. Stop playing. I'm tired of this. Anyway, let's actually get to the news. The studio is hoping to restart the production in early 2023 after the publication of the story. Disney pushed Blade from its November 3rd, 2023 release date. So we were supposed to get this next year. And now it's going to come September 6th, 2024. Whew. Man. And you know what? Look, I guess one source says they want to really get it right. I hope so. I hope so. I've told y'all from the jump, I don't have a problem if it ain't right, if it ain't cooked to the right temperature, the right degree, if it ain't made correct, take your time. My issue is, why did it take you so long to get started? If you need extra time, that's cool. I get that. I'm just wondering where that energy was and why wasn't it applied earlier on? Maybe Mahershala had another movie. He did have Swan Song out there. By the way, go watch that. Very good movie. Maybe that caused a delay. I don't know. But I'm just sitting here like, yo, 3 years after an announcement for a movie? And now we have to wait a whole nother year? If this means we are going to get a 10 times better Blade movie, cool. Fine. If Blade is mediocre or less, Marvel, you have a problem. Like, at this point, Blade cannot be mid. It can't. You got extra time. You have to. This ain't about getting it right. This has to be getting it great. Get it great. Can't do this no more. Put some respect on Blade's name, please. In addition to Blade being delayed, this actually has caused a chain reaction. It's actually caused other things to be delayed as well. And that is mainly what has happened. So because Blade got delayed, everything is getting delayed. And everything is like Avengers, Secret Wars, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, basically the whole shift, the whole slate is going. So Deadpool, we were going to get it November 8th. It's moving to November 8th, 2024. So that's only a couple months, no big deal. Let's see. Fantastic Four is coming to us February 2025, when we could have had it November 2024. Avengers Secret Wars. Now, here's the thing. It was going to be November 7th, 2025. Now it's coming May 1st, 2026. Now, here's the thing. Remember, we got geeked up because Avengers Kang Dynasty was coming out May 2nd, 2025. And just 6 months later, we were going to get Avengers Secret Wars. So we were about to have 2 Avengers movies, the first time ever, in the same year, but now they're just going to be 1 year apart. So one 2026, the other one 2025, which is not a terrible thing. I'm not mad at that. It's not the worst thing in the world that that's happening. I've heard some people say like, hey, because Secret Wars is going to get delayed, I'm okay with that. And I'm like, it don't make a difference. If Secret Wars is pushed back, they're not pushing Secret Wars back to make it better. They're going to do the same thing that they was going to do. They pushed it back because Blade got delayed. Because whatever happens in Blade, whatever happens, clearly has some sort of effect on the rest of these movies. So maybe, Blade has a timestamp continuity, or maybe Blade makes a reference to something that would not make sense if those other movies went before it. This is kind of the whole thing with being in the MCU. Everything's connected, or at least most things are connected. So if one falls, the rest are going to fall. If one moves, the rest got to move. Sometimes they can switch things up. Ant-Man and the Marvels, that did get switched up, right? But that's not always going to be the case. But I would like to show y'all, I would like to tell y'all, this is yet just another example. It's not comfortable. It's definitely challenging, but it is another example of Marvel being able to do whatever they want. I've told you this. If Marvel wants to delay a movie, they can delay a movie. If Marvel wants to switch a movie around the schedule, they can switch a movie around the schedule. If Marvel wants to convert a Disney Plus show into a movie, they can do that. They can do it the other way too. Armor Wars and Hawkeye. If Marvel wants to change the plot of a story in a movie during production, they can do that. Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2. If Marvel wants to change the plot of a story after, in post-production, they can do that as well. WandaVision, So just wanted to let y'all just remind y'all, Marvel can do whatever they want. Of course, these things can be challenging, it can be costly, it can be inconvenient, but they can do it if they want to. If there's a will, there's a way. And they've demonstrated that many times. And I'm just saying that for the people out there that really like to believe Marvel is so handcuffed with all their decisions. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're all right. They are all right. So everything is getting pushed back all because of Blade. Listen, like I've said though, if this means that we're going to get a better product, I'm fine with it. I don't have an issue with that. But I need them to put the same energy that they want in X-Men, the same energy in Fantastic Four. Put that on Blade. Put that on Blade. Don't let Black Panther be your only token black movie that you like, hey, look what we can do. Nah, go ahead and do that with Blade too. Because I'm sorry, before Black Panther, before I even knew of Black Panther, I knew of Blade. Like Blade was like coming up as a kid. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is cool. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Y'all let me know, how do you feel about all these Marvel movie delays? How do you feel about Blade getting delayed? Are you hopeful that maybe, this is for the best? At least, they're not going to rush it. You know, matter of fact, like which directors would you like? That's another good one. We should have went with that. I would love to get the I'd say look, get F. Gary Gray from Fast and Furious. You can get Gareth Evans. He did the Raid movies. Because you definitely need some action in there. Antoine Fuqua would be fantastic. He did Equalizer and all that. Who else would be good? Get the John Wick directors. I'm fine with that too. Just get that. Make it a John Wick with a knife. I don't care. That'd be fine. But yeah, I think there are a lot of different directors that can knock this out. That can really do some good work with Blade. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.